welcome to another edition of MSU Inside Out alongside Josh Sandy. I am Jesse Rosfit. Another great show coming here. As always, we have everything from fully grown beards to talking about tutoring.
And everything from pottery to Pac-Man, so let's jump right into it. Next Tuesday is your last chance for this semester to make ceramics at the Open Studio. Ashley Buss is live in the newsroom with the MSU Division of Humanities Chair, Linda Olson, to find out more about this fun opportunity.
Spring break is over and students are searching for ways to let loose, reset their minds, and stay focused in class. Ceramics is a great way to get those creative juices flowing again. I'm here with Linda Olson, who will be teaching the Open Studio. Thanks for coming, Linda.
Thank you, Ashley, for inviting me. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Could you describe what type of ceramics people can make in the Open Studio?
People can make a variety of ceramics, usually depending on the level that they're starting with. So we try to do beginners lessons with people who have no ceramics experience, and we do more advanced lessons for people who already perhaps know how to throw and just want to hone their skills. So it's for people of all skill levels.
That's great. Okay. I didn't know that. And can you make like bowls, dishes, like any type of ceramics, or what kind of things can you make in there?
Oh, people have made everything from horse sculpture to bowls to utensil holder for kitchen utensils. Just depends on what a person would like. Platters, sculptures, piggy banks.
That sounds like fun. So a little bit of everything. Gotcha. And when exactly will this be?
We have one more Open Studio this semester, and that is this next Tuesday evening. A person who would come might not have the chance to finish a product completely in the one time, but they could at least get something constructed, and then we could make arrangements to help them with the glazing of it. Most of the people who are coming to the Open Studio, and we've had a really good response to Open Studio this semester, usually 20 to 30 people each time, which is very good. And they've had a good time, and they are mostly in the final stages of finishing their projects now.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. And where exactly will this be? Is it on campus?
Open Studio is in the ceramic studio in the basement of Pioneer that you access from the northwest corner.
Okay. I've actually never been in there, but I'll have to check it out. What should people wear to the Open Studio?
That's a really good question. Old clothes that you don't care about is best, because if you wear something nice, you could get something on it that would be hard to get out. So older clothes, and come prepared to have fun.
Yes, it does sound like a lot of fun. Let's see. How can I RSVP for this event?
If you'd like to, you could email linda.a.olson@minotstateu.edu, and then I can correspond with you regarding that. And also, just if you have an interest and can't make it to next Tuesday nights, if you let me know that you are interested, I will get you on a list of people that we notify when we have our Open Studio events.
For sure. That sounds great. Okay. Oh, well, thank you for joining me, Linda. Once again, come to the Ceramics Open Studio, which is next Tuesday from 6 to 9 in Pioneer Hall, and it should be a great time. Thanks. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thank you, Ashley. Certainly must be a good time over at the pottery exhibit. Definitely go check that out. I believe our very own Bridget LaFontaine participating in that as well. So from one brilliant mind about pottery to another about campus news, we're going to talk to Megan Wolf. Megan, what do you have for us?
Well, I know you guys talked about Pac-Man, and we're for sure going to talk about that, but we'll get to it in just a minute. First, the Minot State Music Division will be filled with many performances throughout the week. From students and faculty to great artists, they plan to showcase them all. The events begin with Kayla Kester's senior recital this Saturday, March 28th at 3 o'clock p.m. That will be followed by a faculty and guest performance on Sunday, March 29th at 7:30 p.m. This concert will feature guest violinist Andrew Swords and faculty Eric and Diana Anderson. The week will finish with the MSU's Choirs concert on Monday, March 30th at 7:30 p.m. All of the events will take place in Ann Nicole Nelson Hall on the MSU campus. For more information on any concerts, contact Cheryl Kramer at 858-3185. Minot State is taking the fight for leukemia with the Pennies for Patients fundraisers. Quinn Williams has more on the story.
So what would you multiply this by? MSU's housing office is helping to fight leukemia here in North Dakota with Pennies for Patients fundraiser. One of the ways that they are helping is with the residents' advisors fundraising events, such as the one behind me, Pac-Man for Patients.
Every month, each building's RA on the Minot State campus must come up with a different activity for the residents to do. However, instead of just going after fun this month, the RAs have been going after leukemia by using their events to raise money for the Pennies for Patients Foundation. One of these events is the Pac for Patients, which is a unique spin on the traditional arcade play of Pac-Man.
I've played it before, but I don't really have a strategy. I just kind of play until I lose.
For a quarter, residents can play one game of Pac-Man, and at the end of the night, the resident with the highest score wins a free shirt, and all money raised will go to the Pennies for Patients Foundation.
I came down to play because, it's helping out a good cause, the Pennies for Patients for people with leukemia. So I thought that was a good cause to come play this one Pac-Man.
This event, and many like it, hope to help Minot State break its previous total of $5,000 by raising $5,500 this year. From KMSU Channel 19, this is Quinn Williams.
To help Minot State achieve their goal, you can donate at msu.edu. Throughout the years, Minot State has had many comedians come to entertain, each comedian giving their own amazing performance. This year, they're changing it up a bit and bringing in 2 comedians for one hilarious show. M-Life will be hosting a comedy variety show this Friday, March 27th at 7 o'clock p.m. in the Alshire Theater. The show will feature comedians John Cassidy and Jonathan Burns. The event is free to all MSU students with a current student ID and is for sure going to make you laugh till you cry. For more information, contact Aaron Hughes at 858-3987. Well, Josh, I know I've been to a lot of activities on campus, but I'm really excited for that variety show.
I know, who doesn't love to laugh? That's just one of the best things in life. It's been a very busy week here at MSU, but another important thing going on this week is Tutor Appreciation Week, and I have with me today Jerusha Hennihan, who is a peer tutor in the Center for Engaged Teaching and Learning. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start out. What are some of the responsibilities you have as a tutor?
Well, it's identifying where the issue is with the student. Sometimes it's not always just with the actual problems. Sometimes it's psychological. And then, of course, helping them sometimes study skills, sometimes test-taking skills and anxiety reducement. And, there's lots more than just tutoring.
Yeah, for sure. And it's Tutor Appreciation Week this week, which
Yes,
is
it
awesome, right? And so what are some of the things that the CETL office is doing to help appreciate the tutors?
Well, every day they're bringing in multiple different delicious snacks. We've got brownies and cupcakes and all sorts of goodies. We've been getting free t-shirts and water bottles and little cozies and all sorts of little doodads. They had a grab bag one day, and we just reached in, picked 5 things that we wanted out of a whole variety of stuff.
Oh, awesome. That sounds incredible. That's
is.
really great that they're really appreciating you guys because you do a lot of hard work. So with the hard work, though, what are some of your favorite aspects of being a tutor?
Oh, I love the aha moments when you see that light come on in the student's head when they go, oh my goodness, I get it. I love that. Or when they come at me later on and they're like, oh, I got such a good grade on that test. That's the best stuff, is when you're helping someone.
So how can an MSU student get help from you guys?
Well, they just have to go down to the CETL Tutoring Center. It's in Old Main. It's I want to say 103, but don't quote me on that number. It could be 102. But you go in there and you just sign in, and then they'll help you. If ever you're curious about what classes are being tutored when, they have a schedule that's on the door, and then just inside they also have a copy so you can take it with you if you so desire.
Oh, awesome. That's pretty simple, isn't it? So if any students want to become a tutor, what are the steps they need to take to do that?
Well, I would go speak to Jessica. She's in the tutoring center, and she will do the interview and everything. Your best bet also is to whatever class it is you're planning on tutoring for, talk to the teacher, and they'll do a recommendation, and then it helps speed things along.
All right, well, Jerusha, thank you so much for being here today. We have a lot of great information about peer tutoring. If you have any questions, you can talk to her or Jessica Smestead. And coming up after the break, we have Jesse will be talking to a former student about beard stock. We'll see if the weather's going to shape up, and of course, sports with Nolan.
To our underwriters.
Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports, located on South Broadway across from Walmart. All-American Trophies, established in 1983, located on South Broadway for all your trophy and screen printing needs.
Art Main, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies, located on Main Street.
Digital Office Center, offices located in Minot and Bismarck, provides a complete line of Xerox equipment, supplies, and other services.
MSU Hockey Club, the 2013 ACHA Men's Division I National Champions. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
MSU Athletics Department, NCAA Division II, promoting good character and a positive experience. Red Rising.
MSU Red and Green, Minot State University's official student-run newspaper.
Midwest Oil Jobs brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest under one roof to connect like-minded individuals.
Creative Property Management, over 45 years in managing properties and finding tenants the right home.
Be seen, be heard on the Alshire, Black Box, and Amphitheater stages. MSU Theater, where we tell the world's story.
MSU Art Department, stimulating creativity campus-wide by providing exhibits and art events.
Fiancé Bridal, located downtown Minot, and now you can shop online.
Pepsi of Minot, the local Pepsi Cola bottling company serving the North Dakota areas of Minot, Dickinson, Devils Lake, Bottineau, and Hettinger.
Rick's Jewelry, where you'll shimmer and shine.
Watney Realtors, full-service real estate agency handling residential, commercial, and investment properties. You can visit them online at minothomes.com.
Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, beer, located in the Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
97 Kicks FM, today's hot new country.
KZTR FM, Minot's rock station, 105.3 The Fox.
KMXA FM, Minot's best music mix, Mix 99.9.
Jacobson Music, family-owned music business with 3 retail locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
Beaver Brew Cafe, a coffee shop run by MSU students in the Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Minot Automotive, offering a superb selection of new 2014-2015 and used Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Toyota models.
Uncle Mattio's, a place where everything is fresh, from pizza dough that's made in store each day to locally grown veggies that are delivered every morning.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KXMC, local news, weather, and sports.
Bridgeford Construction, licensed and insured for all your concrete needs, residential and commercial.
Ike Heatings, providing immediate sleep and furniture solutions for individuals, families, and commercial properties.
Welcome back. We're here on MSU Inside Out. We're about to get into some entertainment news. A very touchy subject for one of our very own, Emily Madolin. You know, it's funny how the night changes. One day One Direction has 5 people, and now it sounds like they're down to 4.
I know. I don't even know what to say about this. I am, as you guys know, very emotionally attached to this band. So I'm going to try to get through this story and hold it together here. We have breaking news in Hollywood. Zayn Malik has left the world-famous boy band One Direction. After spending 5 years with the boys, Zayn says, "My life with One Direction has been more than I could ever have imagined, but after 5 years, I feel like it is now the right time for me to leave the band. I'd like to apologize to the fans if I've let anyone down, but I have to do what feels right in my heart." He says that the fame has been fun, but now he needs time out of the spotlight to be a normal 22-year-old. Now, if you aren't a Directioner, you might be surprised to find out that many fans were not utterly shocked at Zayn's decision. Since the band started in 2010, the boys have spoken about how Malik loves his alone time and sometimes disappears for days when the group gets some time off. The other 4 members said yesterday, "We're really sad to see Zayn go, but we totally respect his decision and send him all our love for the future. The past 5 years have been beyond amazing. We've gone through so much, so we will always be friends." Styles, Tomlinson, Horan, and Payne said they plan to continue on as a foursome. Now to take the story in another direction, millions of parents across the globe are dealing with teenage daughters grieving over Zayn leaving 1D. So what does this call for? Well, this is probably something most of us haven't heard of: online survival kits for parents. There are several websites that have popped up in the past 24 hours giving parents tips on how they should approach the devastated Directioners after Zane's decision to part ways with the group. After thousands of tweets, videos, and other posts of girls crying and begging him to return, the survival kits seem to have good use. The 4 remaining members will put on their next performance on Sunday in Johannesburg, South Africa. Now let's take things a little more local and a little more on the bright side. Next week begins Easter break and we will not be having a show, so I'm going to give you a look at some entertainment going on around the Magic City. Friday and Saturday there will be an I Believe Easter production at the West Minot Church of God, and if you get a little hungry after the show, you can stop by the Grand International for an Easter buffet. And finally, for some all-day family fun, join in the Easter egg hunt at Roosevelt Zoo. All events are free of charge, so it will be a fun Easter weekend in Minot. So now I know we're going to talk about a little bit of Beardstock, Jesse and Ward.
Yep, we'll get right into that. Thanks, Emily. Go grab a tissue and recover.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to try.
All right, thanks, Emily. I'm joined now by a Beardstock coordinator / MC. His name is Ward Lehman. He old student here on campus, and now he's coordinating stuff off campus. And it's something coming up this weekend. Ward, first of all, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, glad to be back.
So the things coming up this weekend is called Beardstock. Can you just talk about a little bit what Beardstock is?
Yeah. Beardstock is a one-day music festival. It kind of is the counterpart of the larger festival, Rock the Leaves, which is a 3-day one. But this one is still a charity concert, and so it's a full-day charity concert raising funds for the local charity, Minot Area Homeless Coalition. And so we do that. We have bands all day from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. They just play all day. We've got plenty of that and some other things as well for the whole family to do. So.
All day full of bands. You said there's about 18 bands coming here to Beardstock. Which one are you really looking forward to? What do you think will highlight the week?
Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited for one guy. His name is Heath McNeese, and he does a little bit of like acoustic folk, almost like Mumford & Sons sort of stuff, but he also does hip hop as well. And we actually have not really had a whole lot of contact with him, so it's actually a total surprise. We don't even know what he's doing. Like, it could be either way. So whichever one, it's going to be awesome.
The admission for this, really anybody can come to this, right?
Yep. Really anyone can come. We have all ages like that and stuff. We have general admission is like $10. We have some discounts as well for student and military as well. Definitely we have some military performers as well, and so we're obviously looking for a large turnout from them as well. Yep.
Now what I mentioned earlier is you're emceeing the Beardstock, right? And you're doing this partially as your AKA Ward Lehman, AKA Fat Master Q, is what you are also known as. Something you do in other places. We'll get talking about that later, but just tell us what you're going to be doing for Beardstock.
Yeah, definitely. I have a few different monikers, and so during Beardstock I'll be the MC, kind of the master of ceremonies, with another one, ATO personality Vince, and so we'll be kind of co-emceeing it back and forth all day and stuff, in between acts, here and there and stuff, but kind of keeping that going, and then there will be some, we're calling them the mini-minute dance parties, is what I'll be doing kind of as Fat Master Q there, so kind of working both angles there and stuff.
All right, so there's really never a dead minute. That's great. And be sure he's also performing, Fat Master Q performing at Service River Brewing the first Friday of every month, so that'll be next Friday, coming up just before Easter. Thanks again, Ward, for joining us.
Yeah,
again,
thanks for having me.
Ward Lehman, a.k.a. Fat Master Q. Be sure to check out Beardstock this weekend here on the campus of Minot State University. Now we're going to talk about another beard here. Within our cast, we're going to talk about Nolan Axton's beard. Nolan, I was hoping during spring break you would let it grow so that when we come into this, we talk about it a little more.
I trimmed it up because NHL playoffs are on the way, so I want to get a fresh start for the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Get the playoff beard going.
Playoff beard going.
Bring it on down to Beardstock.
Good head start.
Yeah, but we'll switch things away from playoffs and back onto campus here, as the life of a student athlete is fun, but it's also a struggle. Gemma Biasetto has more on how one Minot State student athlete balances work, school, and sport.
And like any typical broke college student, Jaden fits a job into her already busy schedule. She works as a cashier and cook at our local Spicy Pie. The lifestyle of a student athlete isn't for everyone. Keeping up with school, practice, and even a job is hard work. We were lucky enough to follow around Jaden Montejano and take a look into her typical day.
Well, I wake up, attempt to wake up for classes first of all, really struggle and decide if I want to go to class, and then I end up going.
It's the same. At the end of my classes, I always go to the wellness center and work out. And then once I'm done with that, I usually come back to my room, relax for a little bit. But I'll do some homework that's assigned to me, and then I might look over some notes. And then after that, if I have work, I go to work over at Spicy Pack across the street. And then if I don't work, I end up just hanging out in my room and watch Netflix and talk to my sweet kids. In season is you don't really have time for extracurricular stuff, so you're dedicated to school and then your sport. So in my case it's soccer, so it's always like we have a set schedule for the whole week. You have morning weights to go to, so we wake up at like the crack of dawn and go to weights, and then we eat, and then we get ready to go to school, and then once we're done with that, we come back. By the time we're done with school, we maybe get some downtime for an hour or two, and then we go to practice. By the time practice is over, I'm tired. I do some homework, and then I go to sleep.
Jaden said her key to success is time management and not being lazy. I'm Gemma Biasetto, reporting for KMSU Channel 19.
You can catch Jaden and the Beavers in action this fall for their 2015 season. Minot State softball opened conference play with an absolute bang this past weekend against in-state rival UMary. The Beavers were aided by 8 home runs between 6 different players on their way to a convincing 15-2 victory. The 8 long balls ties MSU for second place in Division II history with Metro State for home runs in a single game, only 1 tater behind Angelo State. The Beavers will be in action again this weekend in Nebraska as they will take on Wayne State. And however, Beavers baseball did not have the same outcome in their NSIC opener versus Wayne State. The Beavs split in Friday afternoon's doubleheader to begin conference play, but the bats weren't there on Saturday as MSU fell in both games. Austin Zorn picked up the lone win for the Beavers. The boys will be in Minnesota this weekend for a 4-game set with SMSU. Switching away from D2 sports to D1 sports, how's your brackets looking? I know Sweet 16 is coming up. Mine's busted.
Absolutely busted. I know all 3 of our brackets are busted. Sweet 16, like you said, starting tonight, starting at around 6:15. So it should be a good rest of the tournament. I know first weekend of the tournament is always really my favorite time of the year. And the whole tournament just absolutely fun to watch, so I can't wait to get back to that. Thanks again, Nolan. Now, Josh, we're going to move into a little bit different. I know we've talked about it a couple weeks. Really wanting spring to come. It teases us here and there. I feel like we can kind of start to grasp it here in a little bit as we're moving into April. And joining us now is going to be Chris Morgan. Chris, I know you have some good news for us. You're wearing your tennis shoes. I know you're ready to just get out and play ball.
Oh, definitely. After all, it's typical spring weather, but it's getting warmer and warmer every day. So let's take a look at that. It is currently 35 in Minot, a little bit chillier, feels like 29. But, you know, it's warming up. And, you know, it's typical spring weather, though, guys, so I honestly cannot complain. And right now I'm invisible, but that's okay. We can just keep moving. Oh, there I am. And tonight, it's going to be in the low 30s, cloudy throughout the state, 40s with some rain over here in Grand Forks and Fargo, but it's going to be mostly in the 30s, low 40s. And then tomorrow on Friday, it's going to be some early morning snow showers in the middle of the state between Minot and Bismarck, but the temperatures are going to be in the high 40s, high 50s on the western side of the state, but they're going to be in the lower 30 or higher 30s over here in the east. So it's going to be cooler, but it's going to be some wind and rain throughout the state. And then on Saturday, we got rain yet again here in Minot for the evening, though. Evening, guys. It's going to be in the 60s, though. That's going to be nice. 60s in Williston and Minot, rain. But then there's going to be clouds throughout the rest of the state. And it's going to be on Sunday. It's going to be sunny with some clouds throughout the state. 58 here in Minot, 62 over in Williston, and in the mid-50s on the east side of the state. Nice, easy, warm Sunday. And then looking at the extended forecast, it's going to be in the mid-60s to low 50s with some rain on Tuesday and Wednesday. So, you know, guys, it's honestly looking pretty good for this upcoming week.
And that's what I like to hear, Chris.
It definitely is.
Thanks again for that update. Now, Josh, moving in, I know we mentioned it earlier in the semester. You gave me a little shout out after I finished my senior recital. Well, Josh finished his senior recital yesterday. Josh, I know how it feels. How do you feel about how it finished up yesterday?
It's good. It felt good during it. I had a lot of support from the crowd, and it was just it went well. It felt good, and now I've got my defense next week, and I'm excited to to show people what I've done, I guess.
If you weren't there yesterday, I got to tell you what, you really missed out. Josh is putting on a little, what'd you call it again? Buckshot's
Playbook, yeah.
Buckshot's Playbook for incoming freshmen, a great senior project that Josh put together. Really enjoyed hearing about it yesterday. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was awesome.
More information. I messed up a little earlier when I was talking to Ward about Beardstock. I noticed it right after I said it. I said it's on the campus of Minot State University. You actually can check out Beardstock at the Moose Lodge. Josh, you going to go check it out?
You know, I'm actually going to be down in South Dakota this weekend running a track meet. And so I can't check out Beardstock, but I think it's going to be a great event, and I think it's definitely worth your time to go to.
Absolutely. That's another thing we can talk about. You have track and field coming up. I know baseball and softball in action. We don't really get to see a lot of home teams around here this time of year, but...
No, yeah, spring's kind of dead as far as home events for sports, but we're still out there working hard, and I'd like to give a little shout out to Sienna Daly. Actually qualified for National Indoor Track and Field, and she finished 13th down there. She went in going at 17th, and so she really had a good showing down there, and so that's awesome for the school.
Absolutely. We also talked about a little bit about tutoring. I know we had a good conversation with her before the show, and it was great to hear about it on the show as well.
Yeah, the tutors do so much work on campus, and they really help us academically, and it's great that we have Tutor Appreciation Week to show how much we do appreciate all that work that they do.
Something else we were talking about earlier, I know we had a little jokes going back and forth. The pottery, I think, would be fun to check out as well.
I've never done anything like that, and I wish. I love doing creative things. I think that's going to go on my bucket list, is make a really cool pottery thing. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be a pottery thing. It's going to be cool.
Just a pottery thing. Really looking forward to check that out. Like I mentioned earlier, Bridget LaFontaine not joining us because she's actually working on her pottery, I believe, right now. So that's something to definitely go check out again. That happening here on campus. Just a lot to look forward to. Something else worth mentioning, next week we won't have a show here on MSU Inside Out. We're going to be enjoying some spring weather.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. Hopefully be nice. And it'll be Easter weekend, which is crazy that it's already here. It's been a fast year.
I know. Well, Easter coming a little earlier in April than sometimes it usually does. But really looking forward to get outside. I know a lot of times we're really excited for spring to come. Once the calendar turns to April, I really feel like spring's here.
Then the week after that, we'll have a lot of cast members gone to Minneapolis for a conference, and we actually had some awards given out. And Jesse, you received one of those, didn't you?
Yes, I did. A piece I put together on the Minnesota Vikings cornerbacks all the way back in spring training. One for that. I know Nolan Axton won one for play-by-play of the hockey team he did. And Elizabeth Ham, our director backstage, won one as well for her Probably Gaming package. Didn't have Probably Gaming this week, but we will be back. That will be coming back in the upcoming weeks. But for now, Song of the Week here is You Don't Have to Call by Usher. Thanks again for joining us here on MSU Inside Out. We won't be back next week, but be sure to check us out in 2 weeks. Have a good weekend.